Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Destiny Moon Tarot, and welcome to yet another pick a card reading. In today's reading, I'm going to be finding out details about where you're going to live in the future. I'm going to try and find out details about what your house is going to look like, what the vibe is going to be like in your house, maybe the place where you're going to live, okay, what that place is going to be like. How will you know that you are in the right place when you're making a decision to move eventually, and a lot more juicy details. So without any further ado, let me introduce you to today's groups. We have group number 1 with the lapis lazuli heart crystal, group number 2 with the rose quartz heart crystal, and group number 3 with the amethyst heart crystal. You can pause this video if you'd like to take as much time as you need to pick either one or multiple of these groups intuitively, and once you have made your decision, you can find the timestamps that correlate to your group's reading in the description box below as well as in the pinned comments. If you enjoy this video, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Leave me a nice comment, claim this reading in the comments as well. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel for more readings from me, it is free of cost and helps me grow as a creator here on YouTube, and I will see you all in your reading. Hi group 1, welcome to your reading. You guys chose the lapis lazuli heart crystal, so let's find out where you're going to be living in the future. Now, something that I'm picking up already, like energetically for you guys, just based on the crystal that you have picked, is that you might be the kind of people that spend quite a lot of money on your house. You might be building your dream home, or wherever you live, I feel like you don't really mind spending on the interiors or the furniture, or like, you know, irrespective of where you live. I think I just don't feel like you are the kind of people who cheap out on things for the home. I think you like to go all out, you like the finer things, you like luxurious things. So like if you're building your own house, you could be really paying attention to a lot of quality, and like you don't mind paying extra for the quality. Even if you're like living in a rented place, I still feel like you might be spending quite a lot of money on the decoration, on like the interiors, on like how you decorate your house, like just even the tiniest of details. I feel you would pay a lot of attention to, and you would probably not mind spending a lot of money on. I'm getting like very royal, regal vibes from you guys. So maybe like, you know, yeah, going all out, not really worrying too much about the expenses, like yeah, really not leaving any expense spared, is something that I'm picking up for you guys. Like you might get very exclusive furniture pieces or art pieces for your house, like, you know, one of one, or you might get things specifically made for your house, you know, like yeah, like you might get art pieces or like furniture or something commissioned for your house, yeah, like built for your house, or you know, something that's very rare, something that's very unique. Like you might be into antiques, you might collect antiques, and you might like your house might have that sort of like a royal regal look, or it might, you know, just look very expensive, feel very expensive. No expense would be spared. Yeah, that is definitely something that I'm picking up on. It'll almost look like a museum, I feel, your house. So that's something that I'm picking up on. And then we have the ring, number 25, the ring and the letter. Okay, so yeah, I'm getting like very old money, you know, like old school wooden kind of charm to your house, like, you know, expensive for sure, like just very exquisite, just very like the kind of house that gets featured in like magazines, and like, you know, when you see portraits of people of old money, like the background that they are in, or like the house that these kind of people live in, like that's the kind of house that I'm kind of imagining. Like I'm imagining a house with like a really like tall ceilings, lots of wooden work, either like wood flooring or like wooden shelves, and like a rich wood color, you know, like a darker wood color is what I'm picking up on. Like it's going to be a very cozy, calm, like it's going to be a very cozy but lavish kind of a house that I see you guys living in. um, you might be living in an area that has a lot of wealthy people living in it, or a lot of people that are very famous or very rich because of the things that they have made or written. Okay, so maybe like the house that you live in once belonged to a very famous author, or the house that you live in has been one where many famous books have been written, or maybe this is a house that has been featured in books or in movies, or like when you read, like it's a very stereotypical lavish cozy house is what I'm picking up on. And for some reason for your reading group number 1, like my throat chakra has really been blocked. So yeah, I feel like this is like a very quiet, calm sort of a house, you know. There's not a lot of noise around, like you don't hear a lot of noise on the street in this house. Like it's pretty quiet, it's pretty calm, it's pretty secluded, maybe even very serene. You have really good privacy is what I'm picking up on here. So like you might be living in a house that has quite a good security system, or just like the privacy is like very well maintained of the people living in the house. Yeah, it is like a really quiet kind of a serene sort of a place. There's not much noise in this house for some reason. Next up, we have feelings and sensations and positive affirmations. Okay. This is a house that definitely makes you feel very good about yourself. It makes you feel like it gives you that old money feeling. It makes you feel like you're rich, or like you belong, or that you've made it in some way. Maybe you came from nothing. Maybe you came from living in a very small house to now living in a very huge house. But this, I think this house is probably going to be very close to you. Maybe, you know, it's going to be tied to your self-esteem and to your confidence. It might also be tied to your feelings, in the sense that, you know, you feel a sense of accomplishment when you live in this house. Like this is your house, you know. You feel safe here, you feel seen here, you feel appreciated here. You might be living in a place where people around you might really look up to you, or really respect you and appreciate you, and maybe that's something that you haven't experienced in the past, and you would probably attribute that sense of respect that you're getting from others to this house. Yeah, I'm having to clear my throat constantly, so yeah, what's that about? But I definitely feel like this house is something that's very close to your heart. It's definitely going to make you feel very good about yourself. It's going to make you feel very good about life. You'll feel very safe, you'll feel very secure in this house. Like I said, it is probably going to add to your self-esteem. And yeah, we have the 5 of Pentacles here. So yeah, I do feel like you probably were maybe homeless at some point, or maybe you could have only imagined that you would live in such a big house, and you never really imagined that you could live so lavishly, or that you could own such a property. And yeah, this definitely makes you feel good. It definitely makes you feel like you've made it. It definitely makes you feel like all of your hard work has paid off. And it does. It makes you feel very good. It makes you feel very seen, very appreciated. This house that you live in, you might also be living around people who have maybe disposable income to help the less fortunate. Maybe you also have enough money then to do charity work that you always wanted to do. Or you could also, like, you know, live in a place where you feel like your feelings matter. You know, like, you can speak your truth, you can be your own authentic self, you don't have to hide in the shadows anymore. Like, you can be who you are. It almost feels like, you know, maybe in the past, just taking this house as an example, maybe in the past, if you said that you wanted to live in a house that had a really beautiful crystal chandelier, maybe people would have laughed at you, because maybe you came from a place where this was not normal, or this was not common, or this was not possible because of your financial background. But now it is. And now when people come into your house, they look at your crystal chandelier and they're like, oh my god, that's so beautiful, and they give you words of affirmation. You know, they like say nice things about your house, they say nice things about how you've decorated your house and how much they love the interiors of your house. And that makes you feel really good. It makes you feel like you've come a full circle, like you have gotten something that maybe people kept telling you that you can't achieve, but you have achieved it. And we have the 9 of Pentacles, which is another card for like old money, or like, you know, you being a self-made person and like building this house on your own. So, you know, this could be a house that you have paid for because of your own hard work. Like, you know, it's your own hard-earned money that you have spent on either buying this house or decorating this house, or you, even if you're living on rent, like, you pay the rent out of your own hard-earned money, and that makes you feel very independent. It makes you feel very strong. It makes you feel like you have a sense of self-sufficiency. Okay, like there's this feeling that you have done this for yourself, and you just feel really good about yourself. You feel very satisfied, you feel very content, you feel like very proud of yourself for achieving this. You might also live in a place that might have like enough space for you to have like a home garden or something of that sort, or this could mean that you live alone in this big house, or this could also mean that, you know, there is enough space for like a plantation or something in your house, and maybe like the things that you grow in your house, you sell it, and that is how you make your income. This could also mean that you work from home and you really like the fact that this is your office space, the fact that your home is your office space, and that your home has enough space for you to have maybe like a studio, or enough space for you to be able to dedicate to like whatever it is that you do to earn your income. Yeah, so that might be something that makes you feel really good about yourself. Yeah, that's also something that I'm picking up on. Let's get some more cards. What else? We have the 6 of Cups. So yeah, you might be living in a place where maybe you're living in like a place where you lived in your childhood, except that in your childhood maybe you lived in like this could, okay, 2 things that I'm picking up on. First is that this could be like where your childhood roots are. Okay, so like maybe your family is from here, or maybe you were very young when you lived here, but then you moved out and now you're moving back to this place. This could be like a family home, or like a place that is somehow related to your childhood. So maybe you came here on vacation a lot, or maybe you lived here as a child, or maybe you would visit your family as a child here, and now you're like moving to that place. So that's one thing that I'm picking up on. But for some of you, this could also mean that this is a place where there's like a very big disparity between the rich and the poor. Okay, so maybe the rich are extremely rich and you fall in that category where you live in like a ridiculously big house that's too big for you and could accommodate other people. But there are people who are, you know, maybe in the same area or like in the same city, living in a place where maybe a family of 6 shares a 1-bedroom apartment, right? So I feel like this place, because you're going to see the extreme ends of reality, of like the housing reality, I think that's going to really encourage you to give back to society. So I think you are really going to either, like, you know, do a lot of charity work or hire locals in order to help you build this house, or you'll hire locals to come help you when you're planting something. Like, you're somehow giving back to the society, to this particular society, whether that's by actually doing charity work or by hiring them to do something, or by, like, you know, like flushing your money into their small businesses, you know, helping them grow that way, right? Maybe marketing for them, or like, you know, say you go to like a small artisan's place and then you buy something from them and you really like it, so then you recommend that to your friends and family. Or if you are quite famous on the internet, then you might put that up on the internet and influence other people to come and spend their money there, right? So you're somehow helping, giving back to this society, or you're getting in touch with your roots again, because this place has some sort of significance with your childhood. This could also be a place where you go to where maybe living in this place is healing your inner child in some manner. Okay, so like maybe this is the kind of house that you wanted to live in as a child. And we have the 10 of Pentacles next, which is, yeah, like abundance, wealth, you know, lots of money, like generational wealth even. So for some of you, this could also be like a house that you have inherited from your parents or maybe from your grandparents. Or this is a place where, you know, a lot of earlier generations of your family have lived, and maybe only you moved away or your parents moved away, but then now you're back and it almost feels like you're reconnecting with your roots, you're reconnecting with your family. Maybe this was a place where, you know, as a child you didn't really enjoy going to this place, or maybe you know, weren't very proud of this place, but now that you live here, you feel like you actually embrace it, you embrace the culture here, you embrace the people here. And it might be lacking in some ways or the other. Maybe it's not as developed as the place that you used to live in before, but there is still this sense of pride, this sense of belonging that you have after you move into this house, yeah, or to this place, to this city, to this community, to this country even, maybe even this continent. Yeah, there's a sense of like coming back home. Yeah, there's this sense of coming back home, connecting to your roots. Yeah, next up we have the 4 of Pentacles. So like, yeah, maybe at one point you were embarrassed about being from this place, or you were embarrassed to tell people that you are from here, but now you embrace that, now you hold on to that, now that is part of your identity. Now this place, this city, this house, it's part of your identity. It's something that you hold very close to your heart. And maybe when you were little you would make fun of this place, but now that you've moved here, you become very defensive about this place and very protective of this place, and you won't hear anybody say anything bad about it. I mean, people are allowed to criticize it, you know, as long as it's creative criticism, like, hey, we don't have this in this place, maybe we can work on that. Like, that's something that you're okay with. But like, you know, when people say things like, oh, that place is backward, or that's not a like a metropolitan city, or that's not a first world country, then you take offense to that and you're like, excuse me, this place is home, this place is something that I'm very proud of. I'm very attached to it. It has its flaws, but it's also beautiful and it has a lot to offer. So yeah, when someone's just being like unnecessarily mean to this place, or like looking down upon this place in a very snooty manner, you might be quite offended by that. Next we have the Seven of Cups. This is a place where there's a lot of potential in this place, and because of that it gives you a lot of opportunity to grow. Okay, this could be a place where maybe you go and then you realize that you're not so like single dimensioned, if that makes sense, in the sense that maybe this is a place where you would go and you would realize that there's so much that this place has to offer, that you would probably take up classes, or you would develop new hobbies in this place. You would find out more about yourself, about who you are, about your own interests after you move to this place. Okay, that's something that I'm picking up on. Like, this place provides you with a lot of options and opportunities. Okay, that's something that I'm getting on. I'm also picking up on that this place has a lot of potential, and with that charity work and like so maybe you'll become like a very significant contributing member to this society, in the sense that maybe you will join like a committee that works on bettering the society, or like it's like a founders association or something of that sort, that basically just meets every once in a while to see, okay, like the locals can come and share their grievances with us, and we can like maybe arrange for a fundraiser or something of that sort, and like see how we can solve that problem in society. So like, yeah, like finding ways to give back so that your cup feels full, so that you feel like you are contributing to the society, so that you feel like an important member of the society. That's something that I'm picking up on for you guys. Let's get maybe 2 more cards. This reading is already much longer than what I expected it to be, but yeah. Next up we have the Eight of Pentacles. So many pentacles for you guys, right? Yeah, hold on, just wanna put it in a place where you can see it. Yeah, so with the Eight of Pentacles, what I can see is that, yeah, this is definitely a place where you are going to be working. And yeah, my doorbell just rang, so yeah, that could be a sign. Like you would be working a lot in this place, you could be socializing a lot in this place, you would be working in this place. Like, I don't think this is a place where you go to retire. I think this is like a place where you move pretty early on in your life, when you're still working, when you're still building on your wealth. That is something that I'm picking up on here as well. So that's in terms of timing. In the Three of Wands, what I can see is that, yeah, it might take some time for this place to develop into a fully functioning, maybe like a metropolitan city. Like, maybe it's gonna take some time for this place to get its shit in order, or like, there might be, it might take some time to like, improve this place, or more development to come into this place. But it almost feels like you are going to witness this place changing and growing. Okay, it's also a place that's probably going to teach you a lot of patience. Okay, this might be a place where maybe your Amazon orders are delivered a little bit later than what you are used to. This could be a place where there's a lot of like openness, so like you can see the sky, you can see the land. Like, I don't think there's maybe there are mountains. I mean, I don't see them, but maybe there are mountains. Like, I don't see a lot of greenery. I just see like, lots of vast space, just like a lot of land that you see. Okay, so like there might be lots of valleys, lots of cliffs in this place, mountains as well, hills maybe, maybe a water of body as well. But yeah, it's gonna be a very open kind of a space that you live in. Like there aren't a lot of tall buildings here. No, there's it might be close to a pretty metropolitan city, or like maybe there's like a, even if this is a metropolitan city, maybe the part that you live in is a little bit away from the city, so you get more open space, you get to enjoy more open space, and it's not like the minute you step out of your house you just see buildings in concrete. Like you see a lot of open space, maybe a water body as well. Okay, like this could be a pond, a river, a lake, an ocean even. Maybe you live near the beach. Yeah, yeah, so that's what I'm picking up for you guys, group number 1. Let me know if this reading resonated or not, in the comments below. Claim this reading in the comments below as well if you'd like to. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel for more readings from me, and I'll see you all in my next one. Bye guys. Hi group 2, welcome to your reading. You guys chose the rose quartz heart crystal, so let's find out what your future home is going to look like, where you're going to live in the future, and all these other juicy details, which we will get into in a while. But what I can immediately pick up from the fact that you have chosen the rose quartz heart crystal, group number 2, is that I feel like your house, your home is going to have a very like feminine feel to it. It's going to be like a very it might be a house that has a lot of pink, a lot of softer shades, pastel shades. It's gonna have a very soft feminine energy to it. This might be because you're living in a house with, you know, other females who are also quite feminine, or just in general, like even if you're living with masculine energy, I still feel like there's going to be a very feminine, inviting, nurturing, cozy, calm feel to your home. It's going to feel like a woman lives in this house. It's going to feel like a very welcoming house. Like people will feel very safe. People will feel like they can call this place a home. Yeah, like I'm picking up on like cottagecore vibes, or like, you know, like in fairy tales, or like in children's storybooks, you know, sometimes when you open the book and it's like the kind of house that Little Red Riding Hood's grandmother used to live in, or like an old lady lives in and she invites like rabbits for like lunch or something of that sort. Like, you know, when I say these things, it's like the stereotypical home that comes into your house, like a cottage with a garden, and you know, there's like a cake baking in the oven, so you smell that, and the interiors are very soft and feminine. Yeah, that's the vibe that I'm picking up on. Like a very Bridgerton-esque house. Like, you know how even though there's like men living in that house, there's like touches of femininity in that house, you know. So yeah, that's the vibe that I'm picking up for your house. Let's see. Next up we have the dog and we have the clover. Ooh, okay. So first things first is that you might be living with a dog, okay, and like you might have a dog in this house. So this could be probably like the first time that you've had your own pet, because maybe in the past you've lived in a house where pets weren't allowed, or you were living with other people and they didn't really want a pet in the house, and now that you live in this house, you finally, you know, fulfill that wish of yours and get a pet. So you might be living specifically with a dog, or like with a pet, maybe a cat, any other pet. There might be animals around, so like there might be like a dog, like a stray dog or a stray cat or something that maybe comes into your house, who you sometimes feed. And like, you know what I was picking up on, like that old lady who lives in her house and then she has like a tea party for the rabbits that live in her garden, like that kind of vibe. Like maybe you leave out food for birds or for the stray animals in your area, and they come and they basically, you know, it's kind of like their home too. Like they really feel like this is home because they can go to this place. It's again very nurturing, welcoming energy, right? Like that's what I was picking up on for you guys. So yeah, that could be a possibility. This could also be a house where you live either with your friends or with a partner who's very loyal, very trustworthy. Like the people that you live with, or the person that you live with, or the people or persons that live around you might be very trustworthy, might be really good friends. You might live really close to your friends, or you know, these are people that you can depend on. These are people who you can actually call your friends. Okay, they're looking out for you. That is also something that I'm picking up on. Like I feel like this house is going to have a very harmonious vibe. Like anybody who lives in this house, whether that's a human, whether that's a animal, it doesn't matter. Like everybody gets along with everyone really well, and like there's space for everyone, and everyone can call this space home. Okay, that's what I'm picking up on. With the clover, I also feel like this house or this place could be a lucky place for you. So like lucky things might start happening in your life when you move into this house, or you're gonna notice like the energy is really good in this place. Okay, this could be like a lucky home or like a lucky property, like a lucky move for you. Like lucky things are happening in your life ever since you've started living in this house. That is something that I'm picking up on as well. Next up we have read. So yeah, you do have like this cozy corner where you can sit and read. Maybe you have like a library in your home. There is like a cozy spot. Like I'm seeing a lot of cozy, again, pastel colored interiors. Okay, I'm seeing like very cozy home vibes. Like, you know, this house looks like it's been lived in. Okay, it's not one of those houses that's maybe it is picture perfect, but it's not the kind of house that you know, like when sometimes you see like these celebrity homes, they're so big sometimes that you can tell that certain pieces of furniture or art have only been added to this place to fill in the place, and it looks like a very like some houses just don't feel like anybody lives in them, you know what I mean? Like, but your house just feels like it's lived in. Yeah, so like your house has a life of its own. Like your house is a person of its own, and yeah, like that's the kind of vibe that I'm picking up on. Like it's a house that looks like it's being lived in. That's what I'm picking up on. With resistance, what I can see is that this house could be one where maybe you have like steps inside your house. So like it's like a duplex or a penthouse kind of a situation, or even if it's a cottage, maybe there's like the house is on the ground floor, and then you climb up the stairs, and that's where the bed and the bathroom and the ensuite and like the walk-in closet or something is. Yeah, like that's the vibe that I'm picking up on from here. What is this resistance about? Let's just get your tarot in. I'm not really... This could be a very dreamy home. Like this is your dream home. Yeah, I feel like especially if you've lived alone in this house, or you are going to be living alone in this house, this is the house that you have decorated based on how you want it to look like, and maybe like all the dreams that you had for what your house is going to look like, this has that. Okay, so this could be your dream home, or this could be the kind of home that you've always wanted to live in. It's like something that you've dreamt about. It's something that you've always wanted. There's like a dreamy quality about this house. Like it almost feels like you've stepped into a dream. Like it's Yeah, it has that very soft feminine energy. With the Two of Cups, this is reiterating to me that the people that live in this house live in harmony no matter how different they are from each other. I feel like soulmates live in this house, okay, whether that's friends, families, an actual partner. I definitely feel like you guys were destined to live together. So yeah, that is something that I'm picking up on. Like if the people that live in this house belong to two different cultures, or say it's like a human and a dog, it's still like this house accommodates both of you beautifully. Nobody feels like they're out of place here. Like it's home to both of you or all of you that live here, you know. So like maybe there are things that make life easier for you as a human in this house, but at the same time there are things in this house that make things easier for a dog to live in, or for a cat to live in. Or you know, if there are two people from different cultures living in this house, both those cultures are respected in this house, and both those cultures are represented in this house, maybe through the decor, maybe through just like, you know, ingredients in the kitchen. Yeah, so like maybe spices from your culture and like food from their culture can coexist together in this house. That's something that I'm picking up on with the Two of Cups. With the Two of Cups, what I'm also picking up on is that if you are single and you move into this house could be quite lucky in the sense that it might bring you closer to a soulmate, whether that's romantic or platonic. This could also bring you closer to your soul family, okay? So yeah, after you move into this house, you could meet your soulmate or your soul family, or through this house you could meet your soulmate or your soul family. So maybe, you know, you hired someone to do something in this house, or like maybe your neighbor or someone is who you then become best friends with, or become really close with, or you know, get into a relationship with. So that's also something that I'm picking up on. Next up we have the Sun. You guys have the best cards so far. I hope I haven't jinxed that, but yeah, with the Sun I definitely see that the vibes in this house are immaculate. This is a very happy house. This is a house that, you know, it just, yeah, the vibe of the house is just very happy. You know, sometimes you walk into a home and you can tell that the people in this house are happy. This house witnesses happiness and joy and bliss every single day. That's the vibe of this house, okay? Like you live in a place probably that also has a lot of sun, you know, so there's like, it's a very sunny place. Maybe you live in a tropical place, the sun is shining. There might be like a really nice garden as well for you. There might be a lawn for your children or your pets to play in. That's also something that I'm picking up on. This could be a place where you have moved, which is quite different from where you have always lived. So in the sense that, you know, maybe this is a place that has a different culture than yours. So that is also something that I'm seeing here. That is also a possibility for some of you. You might live in like a tropical place that's quite warm, that has like a body of water around, okay? So like a beach. Yeah, that's what I'm picking up on. Maybe it's like majority of the times it's very hot, humid and sunny in this place where you live. That is also something that I'm picking up on. Yeah, you could move to like a different city, different country, different continent even, to be in this place, okay? So like you might be meeting people from different cultures here. Or even if it is in the same place, maybe this is the kind of place where a lot of people from other cultures or other cities come. So this might be quite a diverse, culturally diverse place where you live, okay? So maybe there are like a lot of foreigners in this place, or yeah, there's just people from different cities in your country, people from different cultures in your country. They live here, they meet here. That is a possibility as well. Next up we had the Knight of Pentacles, which literally flew out of the deck. So in the Knight of Pentacles, what I can see is that this is a place that opens up a lot of doors for you in terms of learning, okay? Whether that's actually learning in the sense that you're learning about different cultures, you're maybe learning about your own culture. This might be quite different from where you've always lived, so adjusting to this place might be a learning curve. Getting used to this place and the customs of this place could be a learning curve. Or you could have moved here for learning, like you could have moved here to learn something and then decided to stay here forever. Yeah, or you could have moved here for like school, for college, or for some sort of course or something of that sort, and then decided to live here. Or maybe like you moved for work and then decided that this is the place for you and this is where you'd want to live because it offers you that opportunity to learn and grow. Yeah. Next up we have the Knight of Swords. So yeah, this place kind of is the best of both worlds, group number 2. It might be the kind of place that helps you grow and evolve as a person, but it also gives you opportunities to let loose and have fun, go out, be spontaneous, be adventurous as well. So this might be the kind of place that has a lot of water sports or a lot of activities, like outdoor activities like horse riding or like hiking or something of that sort. Or this might be the kind of place where you can go out for like a fun night out, like this place might have a really good nightlife as well. Yeah, like a lot of bars, a lot of like fun youthful places where like young people can go and enjoy and maybe socialize as well, make friends. It's that kind of place. It has the best of both worlds. Yeah, there might be like a college campus around, or maybe I am describing your college campus, or a place where like a lot of people come to learn. Maybe there are a lot of colleges and schools around where you live. Yeah, take it how it resonates, group number 2. And then we have the Empress, which has come right below the rose quartz crystal that you picked up on. So yes, this place is definitely bringing out your divine feminine. You are stepping into that feminine energy, okay? This house, this place where you live in has a very strong feminine energy. It could be a place where you feel very safe as a woman, or this could be a place where you feel like it's a really good place for women to live in, or there are a lot of empowered women around you. Or this could just be a place, like I said, that has touches of femininity in it, okay? It's not a hyper masculine place. It's just, it is quite feminine. It is quite, yeah, like soft and nurturing, and yeah, just has a lot of feminine touches to it, for sure, is what I'm picking up on. This might also be a place where you feel quite independent, feel quite abundant. You might feel quite appreciated here, okay? Maybe like this is the kind of place where you move to where people find you attractive, or where you like fit into the beauty standards, or you stand apart so much that people find you very exotic and beautiful and want to know you, and they like, you might be a lot of people's type here in this place, is what I'm picking up on. Next up we have the 6 of Swords as well as the 8 of Swords. Okay, this place is going to help you step into your power. It's going to help you leave behind maybe old thought patterns, beliefs, either about yourself or about a different culture. I do feel like you will be moving like quite significantly from where you live now to where this place is. So for a lot of you, I do feel like you could be moving across the ocean to be in this place. But this place is really helping you step out of your comfort zone, come out of your shell. This is the kind of place that's really going to help you step into your own power, and it's going to help you maybe become more independent, become more grown up, become more responsible, But this could also be the kind of place that like opens your eyes to like newer experiences, newer people, newer perspectives. Yeah, this could be a place where you learn a lot about yourself, where you become more confident, where you become more independent, where you become more responsible even. Yeah. Like maybe up until now you've lived a very sheltered life, a very protected life, and now you're going to be moving into a place where maybe you would have to do certain things on your own and like look out for yourself, and that's going to really help you grow as a person, is what I'm picking up on. Yeah. Do I want more cards? Actually, yeah, let's just get maybe one more card for you, okay? The last card for you, because I don't want to end the note on a very serious note. Okay, the Three of Pentacles. So you might move to a place where you will find a lot of people to work with, okay, who work well with you. So you might be either living with other people, or you might meet people who are interested in similar things, or you know, are interested in the things that you're interested in. These are people who will see you stepping into your divine feminine and encourage you to keep going, and they'll support you. So if you're a woman worried about, you know, other women competing with you, like this is the kind of place where like women look out for women, okay? We build each other up instead of competing with each other, or instead of tearing each other down. This is like a place that, yeah, there's like a lot of women empowerment here. I feel like this place is either really good for women to live in, or like the women here just make you feel like you're part of the community. Like they put you on a pedestal and they treat you like the queen that you are, but at the same time there's like a sisterhood, okay? Like, yeah, like you're all looking out for each other, you're all taking care of each other, you're not really competing with each other. But at the same time, you know, when you need support, when you need help, when you need someone to hype you up, it's these people that are there for you. And it's not necessarily that just women are doing this. Even the men around you could have this sort of mentality, or like could live a life where they are feminists truly, okay, or they respect women, okay. It sounds like a very utopian place even when I'm talking about it, but this could just be that, you know, in comparison to where you live now, maybe you will find that there's more respect for women, or women are treated better in this place than they are in the place that you're used to living in or are living in right now. That could be just what this means. Okay, so yeah, I think I'm gonna end your reading on that note, group number 2. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. Claim it as well in the comments if you'd like to. Subscribe to my channel for more readings from me, and I'll see you all in my next one. Bye guys. Hi group 3, welcome to your reading. You guys chose the amethyst heart crystal, so let's find out where you're going to be living in the future. Immediately, something that I'm picking up on just with the energy of this amethyst crystal is that your house is going to have like all of the positive vibes. I feel like you are my group that's a little bit protective of your energy, whether that's your own personal energy or whether that's the energy of your home. So I feel like there'll be very few people who you will invite into your home, because you know you want to keep the sanctity and like the energy of your home pristine. You don't want to invite just anybody and everybody into your home. This could also mean that maybe you would probably not upload a lot of pictures of your phone, a lot of pictures of your home, or there'll be very few pictures of your home that will be online, because again you're trying to protect your home's energy. Yeah, that's something that I picked up on for you guys. I don't know if that has resonated, but yeah. So next up we have the house and we have the birds. So I'm picking up on that your house could be a place where you maybe like live with other people who you really get along with well, like that's something that I'm picking up on. Like this could be like a family home that you live in, or like a home that you have inherited, or you live with your family, you live with at least like one other family member, whether that's like your parent or your sibling, someone you live with. Okay, this could also mean that you live with like a spouse, with a partner, you live with someone who is more than a friend. Okay, this is family. Okay, family vibes is what I'm getting from here. This could be a place where like I said, you invite very limited people into your home, because the birds in Lenormand cards, they signify people who gossip about you. Okay, so I feel like you really protect your peace, you protect your house from such energy. So like you don't like inviting people into your house who will either gossip about you or your house to other people, or they like look at your house and like be judgmental or be jealous of you for living in this house, and like just dampen the energy of the house. Okay, like you don't want that kind of energy in your house. Like you don't want the type of people in your house who just like, who are energy vampires, they just like suck out the energy out of your life, and like when they leave you, you just feel like, I want to go home and just like rest for a while, or like if they leave my home, I'm gonna cleanse my home. like you don't want to invite such people into your home. I feel like you will be like, maybe you're living around such people, maybe you have neighbors that are a little bit nosy, and you try to protect your home and your family from such people, or you just are very protective of your home, because your home is very beautiful, not only from the outside but also maybe from the inside. Okay, this could be like a picturesque, Barbie's dream house. And like, yeah, so how in the new Barbie movie that's come out, like there's this scene where Barbie doesn't invite Ken into her house because it's ladies night, and like she's like, I don't know where the Kens live, and like she's very protective of her home, like everything is about Barbie. Okay, so yeah, I just feel like that's the thing. Like, and I don't want to spoil the movie for you, for people who haven't watched it, but like yeah, she's very protective of her home, and it's Barbie's dream home. It's very evident, and like that's a point that they make throughout the movie, that it's Barbie's dream home for a reason. It's Barbie's and nobody else's. So yeah, that's the feeling that I'm picking up on. Like you're very protective of your house. You might be someone who's also very particular about like cleanliness and about things going in places where they belong. So like if if you've taken a bowl out of the cabinet, you can't just leave that bowl anywhere. You have to put it in the sink, or like if you've if you're gonna drink something out of a cold glass, then you have to put that glass on a coaster. That kind of a vibe is what I'm picking up from you guys. So you could be quite particular about things being particular in your house. That is something that I'm picking up on, and maybe that's why you don't invite people in, because yeah, you just don't want people to mess up with the aesthetics of your house, or like the cleanliness of your house. Next up, we have take a walk and justification. You might live in a place that has a park around it, or like lots of place for you to walk. Maybe like there's space for you to go on nature walks around this house, or there are maybe your house is very easily accessible to the places where you normally go. Maybe it's walking distance from the place where you work, or maybe it's walking distance from your favorite restaurant, maybe it's walking distance from a supermarket or a convenience store or something of that sort. Or this could just mean that there's a lot of greenery around where you live, and there are lots of maybe like trail hikes, and there's just a lot of open space where you can go for walks in, and you can get in your 10k steps in every single day. Yeah, that's something that I'm picking up on. And yeah, I just feel like this is a house that you decorate based on your likes. Like you don't really follow trends. Whatever you like is what's in this house, and you just do that unapologetically without justifying to other people, like why the walls are pink, or why you know, the carpet is smaller than an average carpet, or you know, you're not gonna justify why you don't invite people into your house, or why there are no pictures of your house on the internet, or like why you don't post pictures of your house. Like you're not gonna justify anything. The house is the way it looks because that's how you want it to look, okay? Yeah, and like you won't really take any criticism. You won't really like, you know, other people can have their opinions about your house, but you love your house and that's how you want it to be. Like if someone says, oh, this is quite impractical for a house, but if you want that in your house, then you're gonna have that in your house. Bringing me back to Barbie's dream house, okay? Like you would think, like, why do you need a slide that goes from your bedroom to the pool? But if that makes sense to you and if that's something that you want, then you're gonna go ahead and give that self to you, okay? That's something that I'm picking up on as well here. This could be a house that you have worked very hard on. Like maybe this is the first house you have owned, or maybe this is like your forever home, so you want to really, you know, live in your dream house. Yeah, so that's something that I'm picking up for you guys. Next up we have the Ace of Cups. Yes, there's a lot of love in this house. There's a lot of sense of like, you know, you feel at home, you feel at peace, you feel love in this house, you know. Like, yeah, this house was made with love, this house was decorated with love. The person who lives in this house, or the people that live in this house, love each other. There's like a lot of love in this house. The vibes are really, really good is what I'm picking up on. With the Ace of Pentacles next, what I can see is that this could be a house that has probably like, you know, it's a house that you have saved up for, like since your childhood, or since a very long time you've been saving up for this house, and that's how you were able to afford it. Or like you have put in a lot of like a lot of your finances have gone into this house. So like maybe you spend the most on your home in terms of, like, you know, how much do you spend on travel, how much do you spend on your home, how much do you spend on shopping. But I feel like the most you spend money on is your home. Or that this could be a house that you've taken out a loan or an EMI or a mortgage for to purchase this home, or that, you know, you saved up for this home for a very long time. So yeah, there's like a lot of blood, sweat and tears that have gone into building this home, and, you know, renovating it, decorating it, whatever it is. And yeah, so I think because so much of your resources were you know, dedicated to this home project, it is a project that you've built with a lot of love. Yeah, you can feel the love. Like, yeah, this house was built with love. I'm also like picking up on like facts that this could be like a community living as well, in the sense maybe people around you give you a sense of community. Maybe where you live you feel like this is home, this is where I belong because the people here are really nice, or because you have a sense of community in this place. Maybe this is a place where everybody knows everybody. Maybe it's like a pretty small place where it's like a close-knit society. So yeah, there are people who gossip, but there are also people who you've known maybe since your childhood, or known for many years, or maybe these are people that you will grow old with. So, you know, there is this sense of community as well, is what I'm picking up on. Next up we have the Queen of Wands as well as the Devil. Ooh, okay. This is a place that is going to make you feel like you are in control. Yeah, it's gonna make you feel like this is a place where you might feel quite rebellious as well in this place, okay, in the sense that maybe if this is a small place, it's quite backward, it's quite orthodox, and maybe everybody expects you to live a very cookie cutter kind of life, but then you are very quirky or eccentric, and this place kind of gives you an opportunity to be you. And it might be a place where there's a lot of judgment, but at the same time, it's the kind of place that you don't really care that there is judgment, because there's also like so much love in this place, and there's so much like you genuinely feel like this is where you belong. There's almost like some sort of a spiritual connection you have with this place, and it feels like that connection to you is so much more important than petty gossip that other people have, or like expectations of society that people have. So it's like you have a lot of fun being a little bit rebellious, where like, you know, I'm picking up on village witch vibes. Like you're the village witch, and like people respect you and look up to you, but at the same time they also maybe like talk about you behind your back, or like gossip about you. Or like there's two set of people that live in this place. One that really love you and make you feel like you're home, and make you feel like you're very confident, and they fill your cup with love. But there's also a set of people that maybe gossip about you, or maybe, you know, think that you're a show off, or maybe think that you should be living a more typical or stereotypical life, and not the kind of life that you are living, because there's something eccentric, there's something quirky about you. Maybe maybe you have like different religious views as the people that live in this place. Maybe you have different spiritual beliefs than people that live in this place. And while there are people who accept you for who you are, there might also be people who don't understand you, right? You might be a member of the LGBTQ community, and you know, there might be people here who accept you for who you are and love you for who you are, but there might also be people who don't get you and will probably think that you're weird or eccentric, and you know, might expect you to be more normal in quotes, you know. That's something that I'm picking up on. Next up we have judgment. So yeah, this is just reiterating to me, like there is like judgment here, but somehow you still feel like this is where you belong. Like this place is not perfect, but you still feel like this is where you belong, and this is where you want to live, and this is, it's almost like a rebellious, but also there's some stubbornness within you that's like, no, I am not going to be shamed out of this place. I am not going to be scared to flee. I am not going to be, you know, ostracized. I am not going to be cast out of this place. This is where I belong, and this is where I'm going to be, is what I'm picking up on. Like that's the energy that you might have. Yeah, and there are people around you who really support you, and I feel like you yourself, you're just such a badass, group number 3. I just feel like you don't really care about what anyone else has to say. You're so confident and secure in yourself. You're like, listen, it's taken me a very long time to fall in love with myself, and I love myself, so I'm not gonna hide myself from other people. Next up we have the 8 of Cups as well as the Page of Cups. Okay, so this could be a place where maybe you have come to this place because you were running away from a different place. Maybe you felt like, you know, this is the place where you are going to go and you're going to find people that get you and where you belong. And maybe that's exactly what's happened. You have moved to this place and you have found your soul family, you have found your soul tribe, you have maybe even found your soul mate. So you're like, no, I'm not going to get scared, and I'm not going to run away from yet another place. I'm going to be bold and face my fears and face my demons, and I'm going to stand up for myself, and I am going to, there are people around me that love me and accept me for who I am, so I'm not going to run away. I'm going to depend on them for support. I'm going to lean on them for support instead, and I'm not going to run away from who I am or from this place, you know. That is something that I'm picking up on. This might be a place where you go to and, like, honestly, maybe racism is something that you're experiencing, but you know, instead of being bullied back to where you're from, maybe you'll be like, no, this is home now, this is where I belong, and I'm going to live here. Yeah, so that could be a possibility as well. Like, maybe you belong to a different culture, and like maybe your husband or your wife belongs to a different culture, and this is where your husband feels at home, and you have moved into their home, moved to be with them, and everyone's maybe judging you for, like, you know, putting a spell on this person and being like, oh my god, like, what did they see in you? Or like, you know, they could have been with someone from their own community, why have they decided to be with you? But instead of, you know, letting that affect you, maybe you're just saying, you know what, I'm not going to be bullied out of this place, because this is where I belong now, this is my home now, and I'm not going to go back, I'm not going to run back to where I came from just because you guys are big bullies. Yeah, so next up we have the 10 of Swords as well as Justice. So the fact that we have both of these cards just at the opposite ends is just saying so much. It just is showing me that maybe there was a point where you were maybe affected by these comments, maybe you have hit rock bottom, and that's why you had moved to this place for a fresh start. And maybe, you know, the people who said mean things to you here affected you initially, but then, you know, you're going to slowly realize that this is where you belong, and even the people around you might start appreciating you and loving you. So like, even though there were, like, you know how they show in movies that, you know, sometimes you get bullied by people in school, but then they become your friends by the end of the movie, and they stand up for you and stuff like that. So yeah, they have a change of heart, they understand you better, and they realize that they don't want to bully you anymore, they want to be more accepting, they want to be more kind. So that's what I'm seeing here. Like, maybe they're gonna have preconceived notions about you, and when they see you living in their community as a law-abiding citizen, as someone who is just like them, or, you know, just a person who's trying to live their life, they are going to see that maybe they have been a little bit hard on you, and then, you know, justice will be served. Or maybe, you know, these people are going to move out, or maybe these people will have other people stand up to them on your behalf, to a point where they'll be like, oh, they have so much support, there's no point of me even saying anything about them. Like, maybe they won't have anyone to gossip about you with, right? Everyone else loves you, everyone really likes you, nobody else wants to gossip about you, so who are they gonna gossip with, right? So then they just end up either like minding their own business, leaving you alone, moving themselves, or just accepting you for who you are, and, you know, then becoming friends with you, and then seeing that, you know, they were wrong, and some of them might apologize to you, but some of them, you know, might just extend a like wave a white flag and just like extend an olive branch as well, and be like, hey, maybe we started off on the wrong foot, do you wanna, you know, start afresh and, you know, be friends and try to get to know each other again. So yeah, that's something that I'm picking up for you guys. I feel like this is probably not the reading most of you wanted, but that is what I'm picking up on for you guys. Like, there's a lot of strength here, there's like a lot of karmic cycles, a lot of karmic lessons that are connected to this place where you will be living in. Like, your spirituality might be tried, maybe tested in this place, your faith might be tested in this place, and that's all part of maybe your destiny of belonging here, right? So yeah, that's what I'm picking up for you guys. Take it how it resonates. Group number 3, let me know what you thought about this reading in the comments below. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel for more readings from me, and I'll see you all in my next one. Bye guys.